let's begin in a standing position with our feet parallel, and as always, just with a nice exhale through your mouth, relaxing all over your body. Just start sensing the relaxed body space and go in with your awareness into your feet, and maybe shift the body weight a bit to the forwards, a bit forwards to the front of the feet, and a bit backwards, just exploring the length of the foot, and then really choose to stand on the full feet surface with a common inhalation. Once you got this feeling of nice even pressure on your feet, when inhaling, and send your attention with extension towards the crown of your head, spreading out, and with exhalation find the pelvic floor, tighten it, just feel the sphincters in the pelvic floor, feel how your posture, how the muscles in your skeleton or surrounding your skeleton are tightening and embracing your rib cage, feel the abdominal wall, feel your glutes. And so lastly, with a common inhale, we're going to stretch our arms forwards just with a neutral posture. With that exhale, relax the shoulders, prepare, and inhale and sit in the sitting bones, sliding them to the back, just pleasantly squat as low as feels good without burning your quads too much, really sending the sitting bones to the back, sliding, burning the glutes, and then with the exhalation, pushing against full feet surfaces, standing up straight, pulling the crown up. Just kind of starting to test the body, inhaling, squat through pushing the butt to the back, exhaling, go up. Try not to overwhelm your shoulders. Let's do 3 more reps, inhaling, awakening, just feeling okay, I am relaxed, my glutes are working here. With exhale, contract the glutes, and squeeze your posture, lifting the head higher up, and 1 more. To the back, slide to the back, feel you're still on the full feet surfaces, not moving to the heel or to the front of the foot too much, and with exhalation, stand straight. And naturally, you probably have already felt your glutes, you feel like your abdominal walls start being activated, you feel flatter stomach. Right now, let's send our attention towards the bottom ribs and the hips. So you can actually put the thumb on the bottom ribs here, sticking out, the ones that are not connected, and then the rest, the index fingers towards this bone, sticking out from the bottom of the belly here. Give me a thumb up, you know what I'm talking about, perfect. So from both sides, and like this, or with your arms down and just trusting the sensation of the bottom ribs and the hips. With common 3 exhales, try to direct the ribs inwards at the same time as you're directing the hips inwards. And with the inhale again, return to the relaxed position, like this or like this. So just don't think about anything, feel inhale, I inhale freely, I just follow my natural state of comfort. With exhalation, just activating the abdominal wall and thinking of sending the ribs in, sending the hips in. Of course, it will cause natural activation of your glutes, many other muscles, and let's do this 1 more time. Inhaling, just simply relax, maybe also intuitively spread the body, roll the shoulders externally, lift the head. And 1 final time with exhalation, rolling the ribs in, rolling the hips in, so kind of flattening, hiding the belly in. And at the same time, as you feel pelvic floor, your core muscles are active, your glutes are active, you're pushing against your feet, you're standing with your head tall and high. Maybe this also causes you to relax your shoulders a bit, feel your long arms. And so like this, grouped with activated obliques, glutes, aligning the rib cage towards the pelvis. With the common inhale, we're stretching arms to the sides, turning the thumbs up. With the exhalation, pleasantly, without not doing this, but just mostly after the external rotation, just laying the palms on the back of the head. And so right now, with the full conscious on the line of the bottom ribs, which is parallel to the floor, and hips, so we have 2 parallel lines. With the 10 exhales, we're going to be contracting the left oblique, so we'll be bending to the left. Doesn't matter how deep, just feel activation here. With the inhale, return to the straight, light, easy, aligned position. With exhalation, contract the left obliques and kind of move your bottom ribs closer to the hip without moving your pelvis anywhere. Okay, inhale and return. Exhaling again, contract the left oblique, move the ribs into the hips, and of course remember elbows are spreading wide. Inhale, so it's a lot aligned with your breathing. Feel your left lung extending. Now with exhalation, feel as you exhale, it's flattening. You're activating more of your obliques. Of course, not forgetting about the right side as well. So feel firm, flat belly. Inhale, return. 5 more. Exhale, left side. Spreading elbows wide. Inhale, return. Growing taller. Exhale, contract the left obliques. Go a little deeper into the bend. Inhale, return. Exhale, contract. Go to the left side. One more time. Inhale, just grow tall. Spread your elbows wider. Oops, with exhalation. Again, contract the left side of your body and left oblique. And stay here. For now, with the inhale, remain with your right elbow, like moving it upwards without overwhelming your neck, mostly relaxing the shoulder, and exhaling, keeping these muscles of your obliques activated. Just slide your left hand down. And now just think of breathing nicely into your lungs, especially you feel the openness in your right. Don't forget about the left. So just trying to decompress your neck spine, your chest spine, breathing. Feeling the ribs moving, and then with exhalation, activating both obliques. So still trying to roll in. The ribs in, hips in, and thusly stabilizing your psoas. It's the muscle that connects the bottom of the rib cage with your pelvis. So what we don't want to feel, any breaking, like feeling of spasm anywhere on the line of your waist. What we do feel is actually nice support, like we actually gain some fundamental stability in here. And one final exhalation, so roll the bottom ribs in, roll your hips in, so you're stabilizing this relationship between your chest and pelvis, and thusly kind of maybe reaching a little deeper, just simply relaxing the long left arm. Now with the common inhale, return back to the center. Remind yourself to relax the shoulders, spread the elbows wider. With the exhale, roll your ribs, roll your hips in. So kind of feel shorter in this section between your hips and the bottom ribs, but also kind of firmer, okay? All the muscles, your glutes, your abdominal wall, holding it. And so now, breathe in, feel the extension in your lungs, and prepare to burn your right oblique. Okay, so it's not about reaching or really bending, it's about feeling the squeeze in the right side of your body. Inhale and return. Mostly through your breathing, just feel the volume in your lungs, return to the straight position, and then with exhalation, again, burn the right oblique, and only oblique, don't burn your shoulders, and inhale and return. With exhalation, burn the right oblique without doing anything to your neck or lifting the shoulders. Inhale and return. Exhaling again, right oblique through, crunching your ribs, hips inwards. Inhale, return. Perfect. Exhale, go to the right. Now we're constantly working with one side. Inhale, align to the vertical position. Exhale, burn the right oblique and bend to the right. Inhale, return 4 more. Exhale. Naturally, with time, you'll start feeling like you're bending much deeper. Inhale, return. Exhaling. Soon enough, you will understand where I'm leading with this. And return. Breathe with your own temp. Don't wait for my command. Just feel it's time to inhale. I return to this vertical, neutral position. Exhale. I start releasing the air from my right lung. I grill my right oblique, and now stay here, please. With the coming inhalation, relax your right arm. So it feels like you're reaching towards your right knee. With the exhalation, keep stabilizing, crunching your ribs and hips in. So it feels like you're not breaking anywhere, not pushing your hip while getting somewhere, but you did this stabilization. And one more breath, feeling left lung extension, of course right as well, surrounded with firm muscles. With exhale, activating them even more, lifting the left elbow maybe a little higher, so relaxing the left side of the neck and maybe reaching a bit deeper with the stable hips. Now with the inhalation, return to the center, please. Reach higher with the crown and exhale. And now you can maybe shake your hands, your feet, if that's what it feels like. Let's take a sip of water. And the next preparational warming uppy practice is going to be with a much wider fit position. So let's say leave your heels on the mat, or maybe even stand away from the mat and spread your toes to the sides. And here again, with the inhale, while extending at fullest, like lifting your head, reach in with your hands forwards with thumbs up. With exhalation, just relax the shoulders, contract the pelvic floor, start rolling or crunching your ribs and hips inwards to feel this stabilization around this section of your spine. And now with the inhale, you're going to be sliding with your sitting bones to the back without losing the flat feeling of pressure in your feet. So not too much, not just on the heels, not of course on the toes, not to overwhelm the quad. And with the exhale, stand up tall without squeezing the trapezius. So with a long neck, with a high stretched crown, and inhale. Think of sliding your glutes to the back, exhaling up. So for the ones who'll be watching this in the record, you can do 10 reps, 15, 20 reps if you feel inspired, but right now we're gonna do 3 more. So inhale, squat, exhale, stand tall, inhale, squat by driving sitting bones away, exhale, grow tall, and 1 more, inhale, squat. Now we're gonna stay here. With the exhalation, we're gonna just place the palms behind the head, our favorite hip rotation. So just exploring the stability in this position. Same pressure on your feet so we don't slide side to side. Of course, we feel like it's a perfect balance because we drove our sitting bones enough to the back. So just 2 more breaths. Imagine like your sitting bones right now, the bottom edge of it is drawing circles on the floor. Now let's change the direction. And of course, also notice that you're not moving your knees. So keep driving your sitting bones enough to the back and don't move them too much forwards. No need. Just kind of very minimalistic circles. Great if you can do half circle with the inhalation, half circle with the exhalation. 2 more. Just a little bit. So this activates a lot of tissue and releases a lot of unnecessary tension from the low back. Now, out of this position with the inhale, stand tall, relax your trapezius, your shoulders, with your feet standing wide. Exhale and crunch your ribs and hips in. Breathe in, and we're going to start with the left oblique. So exhalation and oblique activation, crunching hips and ribs in. Inhaling, stand tall, exhaling, bend to the left as a result of oblique activation. So not thinking to reach anywhere, not bend anyhow too deep, but with exhale feeling that your left lung gets flatter. Then it's a moment to grill this left oblique and return due to this springly sensation, how your left lung opens, naturally getting into this alignment and then returning again. So it feels more like that's why you do this, like gym for your left oblique right now. Exhale, inhale, return. Let those shoulders and arms not bother you. Just 3 more. Inhale, push against the hip, hips are stable. Exhale, grill, inhale. Open through the volume, exhale. Contract, and right now with the coming inhalation, we're gonna slide the left palm down. Here we are, maybe lower than in the beginning. So for the next 3 breaths, just keep actively breathing into the both lungs here. So it will help you to decompress your spine, and then while exhaling, crunching the ribs and hips in. You may reach deeper, but not sacrificing this oblique activation. So let this oblique work as hard as the other one to keep holding you, even if you go into a little deeper bending position. 1 final inhale and exhale. Now we're gonna connect the palms above the head, turn or flip the palm centers away, and not like the quality of how you do this will be if you feel like your hands are moving forwards, like don't push them that way, but more like above, right above your crown, and stretching both shoulders, connecting, trying to slide your scapulas nicely, flatly along your spine. Let's do just 1 more breath, breathing in into both lungs With exhalation, crunch both hips and ribs, and then push the palms higher above your crown, and then try to keep the activation and obliques kind of go into a bit deeper bend without breaking in the section of your spine between chest and hips. With inhale, return to the center, palms behind the head, exhale and squat in, and just 3 more rotations. Let's say first, let's begin with opposite direction, not the one that you started first, or it doesn't matter, and then let's switch. And as before, so you're not actively doing anything with your legs, it's just a very modest amplitude, constantly keeping your butt really further away from the front of your feet. Okay, now with the inhale we're standing straight, and now prepare to activate your right obliques. Exhaling, now inhale, fill the volume of your right lung. Exhaling, use the oblique, relax the shoulders and trapezius. Inhale, feel like this sponge is springly, lung is extending this space and actually pushes your ribs against from the hips, and then feel it's your command, by your conscious oblique activation. You're drilling the muscle, you are crunching ribs, hips in, you are tightening the space. And inhaling, again, feel, it may be not as easy to feel or sense, but with time you'll be like, okay. Or maybe also you will discover that with next rep you're getting more and more tired. Maybe this disconnects you from sensation. So that'd be a good sign to stop and kind of fixate, like keep this positioning. So here we're going to do 2 more. Breathe in and activate. Breathe in, be aware where your ribs are, where your hips are, and with exhalation, roll them, crunch them in both of them. So don't forget about this manipulation, then this oblique contraction, and stay here with the inhale. Reach, let's say, the edge of your right knee with your right hand. Just simply relaxing, pulling, but also feeling the stretch in the shoulder. With exhalations, continue crunching the ribs and hips in. Now breathe nicely into the both lungs, spreading or stretching the left elbow a little higher. Mommy is right now in the process. When I can, I will come to help you with this later. Okay, bye. Let's do 1 more. Both lungs extension, let's beware, and then with exhalation, while drilling the right oblique as well as the left, so you're not breaking in the psoas section of your spine. And let's return, inhaling to the position, palms behind the head. With the exhale, let's bring the feet a little closer, like actually pretty close. Let's stand them together, and with the coming exhalation, shake your hands if you want it, if you feel like that'd be good. And reach for the water. Let's take a sip. Alright, now let's come closer to the front of the mat with our feet standing together and going through the vinyasa. With the coming exhalation, tighten the inner sides of the thighs, pelvic floor, rotating the hips inwards, and then when the inhalation comes, we're going to rotate the shoulders externally, lift and stretch our arms upwards, and then a little bit behind the head, relaxing the shoulders. Now inhale and sensing the space in the solar plexus, looking up and just allowing, while elevating the hands, allowing to kind of let the weight of the hands fall behind the head. Still exhaling, rolling the ribs and hips in, so holding this solar plexus area supported. Let's do 1 more breath. Inhale and keep letting those heavy and stretched arms fall behind you. Look higher. Maybe this will provide you into deeper bend, and then with the coming exhalation, rolling the ribs, hips inward, sanding the sitting bones Further to the back if you need, you can bend the knees or remaining with a straight leg, just fall down. Staying here for another 3 breaths. Let's stretch the fingertips as far as feels good behind the heels, and then with the exhalation, still with the knees bent, our goal is just to relax the spine completely, use the head as the weight, and just through this sensation of decompression, if it feels okay, keep moving the fingertips and palm centers even further behind the heels. Inhale and feel in the volume in your lungs, and then with the exhale, trying to press the palm centers through the neck relaxation. Just seeing if your forehead touching or not, doesn't matter. Your shins, try to straighten the knees, pressing the kneecaps and keep sending the sitting bones to the back. Now inhale and gaze forwards. Touch the floor with your fingertips like halfway up, somewhere in the front of your toes. With the exhalation, spread your toes wider and start squatting, preparing for the Bakasana, the lower version of it. And then as your sitting bones fall behind your heels, compensate. So instead of falling to the back, just stretch with your hands, with your fingertips, stretch forwards. Feel the pleasance or pleasure of it in your spine and the muscles along your spine. Try to stay connected with the feeling of volume in your lungs. Every breath, inhale, feel it in your back, feel it in the sides, in the front of your body. And with exhalations, as you glue, as you press the fingertips to the ground, like keep it sticky like a Spider-Man, and then just let your hips relax, let your thighs rotate and open wider, and then your butt just kind of fall into the back. And all that holds it is just the sticky fingertips. Now with the inhale, we're gazing forwards, lengthening through the neck, and then exhale and bending the elbows. Still sticky fingers, so you're not falling to the back. Now hook with the sharp elbows, hook underneath the centers of your shins without dropping shoulder in or spreading elbows too wide. So make sure fingers are parallel, okay? So no other options. And now let's think just simply about reaching forwards with the crown. So we're going this way, and intuitively, naturally, when we're stretching forwards, perhaps the heels are lifting a little higher, and then just keep sliding until this will, the weight in the front of your body will win over the bottom, and you will get into this Bakasana part, okay? Also, if you have a brick, you can saddle it here, so you can lay your forehead on top of it, so it will support your confidence here, okay? Let's do that one more time, or if you can stay in this position for 3, maybe to 5 breaths, just letting your hips and shoulders relax while aligning between the crown and the tailbone, just sensing the spinal cord. Let's do one more breath, or let's keep doing our tries, just simply pulling the body weight through, lengthening through the neck, going there forwards. Now with the coming inhalation, let's return on the toes and then step to the back into the down facing dog. Feet wider, as far away from the palms, and then shifting the sitting bones to the back, or maybe bending leg by leg, just trying to press the heels to the ground. Enter your regular down facing dog. Play with your shoulders, relaxing them and rotating them externally. Make sure your neck is long and relaxed. Your head is just a weight, additional weight that helps your neck to compress. And then as chest follows, check your scapula sliding flat along the spine. And once you found your balance, you feel the even pressure between your palms and feet. Let's take 3 breaths and inhale and focus on sensing your lungs extending in your rib cage. Every direction for 360, into your back, into the sides, into the front, bottom. Maybe feel a bit of pressure you send into your abdominal cavity, into your pelvic floor perhaps. Feel some pressure maybe going through the membranes of your chest into the neck, kind of pushing head further away. And then with exhalation, please try to focus on the crunching ribs and hips in. So also supporting with the firmer abdominal wall, supporting your lumbar spine. Letting the psoas, this triangle muscle here, on the inside of your spine. Of course, it's a deep muscle. Let it also rejuvenate, and let's do one more breath. Feeling all together how the space in your lungs is extended, and with exhalation how nicely, how evenly you are supporting that inner space with the firmer muscle tissues. Now let's stand our feet together, and once you're ready with the inhale, lift and stretch your straight right leg. With the exhale, feel like you're contracting the pelvic floor, pushing against your palms, standing firmly on the left heel, tighten that right knee up, lift your right heel, like kind of pull it against your head, even higher with the inhalation, and then with a sharp exhale, bring your right knee towards your solar plexus, stand that right foot anywhere in between your thumbs, anywhere closer to the right palm, or where it feels good and natural. Now with the inhale, while pushing the left heel away, rotating the shoulders externally, rising up with your arms. Again, thinking as in the beginning of the class, as you were more like reaching up with your hands and then just letting them fall behind your head. So nothing in the spine as usual, but more like just where can I reach with my hands only while my head and my neck is resting. Let's do one more inhale, just testing this capacity here. I would say mobility in the muscles, flexibility in the muscles surrounding your shoulder joint. So you reach this high and behind your head, and now think of those ribs and hips here, and again, like fundamentally firm, make this firmer, this part that supports the section of your spine, like this. And then let's actually get into, instead of this backward bend kind of warrior, let's get into more aligned, like set with a common inhalation, stretch arms more in one line with the crown, going through the chestal position as more you rotate and crunch your ribs inwards. Yeah, and then sending with the exhalation, contracting the pelvic floor, sending the left heel to the back. Very good, looks good. Let's breathe in. And now with the exhale, we are laying the left heel on the ground, and we're just turning to the left side. Okay, pretty much as it felt in the beginning of the class when you were doing all those thingies, yeah, just with the full control where your ribs and hips are. Keep rotating your right thigh externally, it's gonna end soon. With the exhale, crunch the ribs and hips even deeper more, and then bending the elbows, place your palms just behind the head, and then look up. One more breath. Okay, I wish it to be 3, but let's do at least 1. So breathe nicely into your left lung. Don't forget about the right. Let the space here extend. At the same time, let your trapezius muscles and neck relax. And now with exhalation, all I want from you, just straighten your right knee and stretch the right palm, reach wherever you can reach. No need to be greedy and just go all the way down. Now inhale and look up and reach up with your left hand. And now again, feeling this pleasant support. So you're crunching both of your ribs and hips in, and then through this muscle activation that holds your spine, doesn't let it break anywhere. So with this activation, just try to slide that right hand, maybe not really try, but more like relax and see how naturally it's gonna slide. And to prevent any breakage, just keep reaching up with that left hand, keep looking up, keep feeling like, oh, I'm holding to something. With exhalation, I'm grilling my muscles, I'm making the hold support my spine, and then I'm just like relaxing through my right arm. Feels like 2 different laces are pulling your hands away from your solar plexus. One more breath, breathe in, and with exhalation, like reach up, and then with exhalation, crunch the ribs, hips in, burn those glutes, burn those obliques. Now look down, and we're going to bend the knee and enter warrior 2, long time forgotten position. Exhale and crunch the ribs, crunch the hips in. Same action, pretty boring, right? But all the way with this, rotate your right thigh externally. And with exhalation, like while holding this, opening this, and with exhalation, press the small pinky toe of the left foot in the ground. Now flip your right palm, lay the left on the edge of the left thigh, reach up, relaxing your shoulders. And with exhalation, bend the right elbow, lay the right palm behind your head. And now just relaxing through your left long arm into the left fingertips, breathe into both lungs. Right, of course, left, not collapse too much, so and open the space and then crunch both hips and ribs a little in, then that will let you safely reach maybe a little deeper. Now with the inhale, return into the warrior 2. With exhale, lift that left heel, return to the aligned warrior where the ribs and hips are crunched and arms, head, body and the left leg are in the same line. Now with the common inhalation, start sliding with your right arm till you reach the right shoulder. With the exhale, while crunching, activating the pelvic floor, stretch your arms. Now land the left knee on the ground, touch your left hamstring with your right palm, reach up with that left arm, and then if you feel like it, kind of slide, send that right foot a little further forwards. And with the exhale, lay the left palm on the back of the head, sensing your hips, relaxing, and with the square position of your hips, trying to go down. Feeling the support, standing nicely, steadily on the flat right foot, center of your left knee. Just relax. Let the spinal twist happen without any feeling of breakage, crisis, trying too hard. Just gaze further into the space. Perhaps try to see that left heel, breathing in, elevating the crown a little higher, decompressing. With exhalation, contract the pelvic floor, try to crunch ribs a little deeper in, maybe send the pelvis a little deeper, lower, look through your right shoulder, see that left heel. Now with the inhale, return to the center. I guess you're pretty tired by now, so the final thing, the final chair on top here. With the common exhalation, I'm gonna stand up and bring that left foot towards us, and inhale and grab it, get the bastard, get that left knee into your hands, and then lay the left heel on the top of the right knee. I know, yes, it feels like I'm tired, but at the same time, like bodies, everything is vibrating, everything feels so much lighter, so much kind of different, like some filters were taken away. And so just think less, just keep following this intuitively, what feels good, so don't try to make yourself perform something, but more like follow. Okay, oh, it feels so good to stretch my sitting bones to the back right now because it opens the left hip. So breathe and see if you like to do this dynamically, like going up, going down. Maybe you'll feel like, oh, actually I'd rather to stand my left foot right now and maybe open my hips a bit more through tree position, which isn't always a good option too. If that feels okay, so just stop bouncing and remain in a static version, as low, as deep as you've arrived here. And next would be, you can lay your elbows on the top of this right shin, or you can stretch in compensation and see if you can lay your belly kind of in this space. Of course, logically, you understand that with exhalations, you're crunching your hips and ribs in, so your spine remains aligned and supported. And then either you stay and remain here, exit whenever you feel like it. But if you want to, lay your palms or fingertips on the ground and see if you want, like, and can do the following. So next, what we're going to do, we're going to kind of walk our fingertips or palms around to the right, and then we're going to start, well, we're holding on with the sticky fingers. Again, Spider-Man's here with us today. It's a theme of this class, I guess. And so we're going to start bending the right knee, and we're going to start seeing if the sole, the center of the left foot can touch the left arm anywhere close to the elbow, like this. And either you're like, oh wow, like everything's burning, I'm already tired, I'm like sitting down, that's it. Or you lay your palms and then you're just shifting, as in the Bakasana, you're shifting your forehead and the crown, just on the straight line, somewhere forwards ahead of you. And then you're just like, oh, I'm actually balancing and I'm not falling because elbows go inwards, okay? So we can try to do this, like shake yourself, kind of like, can even sit down and do this. because of course the quads are very used here. So if you feel like you can also stretch your legs a little wider and bring weight on one sitting bone on the other sitting bone, then while pointing toes up, breathing in, laying the palms flat on the ground. With exhalation you can go deeper in. You can just simply rest here. Or if it feels like, okay, I want to go further, so on the level that you have arrived here, whatever angle is between you and the ground, what matters is that your spine is neutral, so you don't overdo it, you're not crunching too much, you're simply neutral. Maybe you're somewhere here, maybe you're somewhere here, so with the common inhalation, stretch your arms, thumbs up, external rotation. With exhalation, crunch the ribs, crunch the hips, lay your palms on the back of the head. If you're here, great. If you're here, awesome. So let's breathe in. And with exhalation, let's just turn to the right, crunching the ribs, crunching the hips. Maybe you can lean on the left elbow and look higher up, breathing into both lungs. With exhalation, crunch the ribs and hips in, turn to the left. Maybe you're leaning on the right elbow right now. Maybe you're just like laying and not going anywhere. In this case scenario, you can stretch your right arm flatter on the ground like this. So either way, breathe in into both lungs. With exhalation, return to the center and just relax here. Breathe in, breathe out. Without all these manipulations, just simple stretch feels so much better. Now let's walk the palms closer. Let's sit in a Siddhasana or Turkish squat, however feels good, or maybe even stretch your legs and support yourself with arms. It really should feel like you're relaxing right now versus trying. And closing your eyes or just relaxing the facial muscles. Just follow your breathing. And continue observing for the next several breath cycles. For the next 2 or 3 breaths, precisely, focus on essentially measuring the depth of your breath, focusing on the bottom ribs and their projection into your back, and your hips and their projection into your sacrum. So with every inhalation, visualizing that square in your body. Just notice how much it extends, or if anything at all happens to that section in the body. What moves more intensively? Is it the front of the body? Does the back move at all? Try to equalize the effort and holding the front ribs a little bit and sending the inhalation more into the back. And feel how out of that area in your body, how your every and each inhale extends upwards towards your skull, how the pressure rises in your body? How does it descend into your pelvic floor? And so next, for the coming 3 breaths, when inhaling, you're going to be contracting the pelvic floor. Imagine how you begin from the lowest sphincter, then through the, I would say, according to the length of your spine, try to embrace it with all possible muscles. So just imagine this effort and try to perform this feeling of compression from the pelvic floor and into your diaphragm. So send it underneath your rib cage as long as your inhalation lasts, and then with the exhale, relax. And twice more. Inhale. Suck the pelvic floor in, all the vaginal muscles. Suck the abdominal wall in. Send all this effort and this lean muscle through your diaphragm into your heart, towards higher, towards your head, and then with exhalation, relax. While doing this, notice if there are any spasms in your legs. Try to eliminate the effort precisely into your pelvic floor. So inhaling, contracting, sucking the belly in, sending this elevation of energy into your heart, towards your brain, and then with the exhalation, relaxing. Now come in 3 breaths, just gonna happen naturally. Without doing anything, just observe it. If there are any shakes in your body, just let them calm down. Keep consciously allowing your body to relax more and more. Just remain present. And once you're ready, slowly open your eyes. And we're going to lean forwards till we reach the table pose and out of this position into the down facing dog. So once you're ready with the inhale, press up, lift the knees, and with the exhale, enter your down facing, intuitively performing it the way you like, maybe looking side to side or bending and straightening your legs, shifting from your palms into your feet, precisely into your heels, relaxing through the spinal length, adjusting the feeling of flatness and surfy, it's like surfiness or surfing freely in your scapulus, the length of the neck, the freedom in your head. And then next, please stand your feet together, and once you're ready with the inhalation, lift and stretch your left leg up. Exhaling, tighten the pelvic floor, tighten the kneecap, but relax the shoulders, let the head fall down. Inhaling, pull and reach with your left heel a bit higher, and then sharp exhalation, knee towards the solar plexus. Step the right foot forwards, rise up through external shoulder rotation. Now you are sending the arms up and behind your head. So never in your spine, but crunch the ribs and hips in and keep moving your arms through external rotation behind. Breathe in. And now with the coming exhalation, slide into a deeper, more aligned warrior 1. Push the right heel further to the back. Stay in one line between your palms, head, rib cage, pelvis, and the left leg. Right kneecap is tight. Now breathing in, palms behind the head, exhaling, lay the right heel on the ground and turn to your right. Feeling the symmetry in your body, crunching the ribs and hips instead, and staying firmly, confidently on the edge, external edge of your right foot, and rotating your left thigh wider out, breathing in. And now with the exhalation, straighten your left knee and slide the left palm on the top of the left leg, wherever it feels comfortable to reach it. Breathe in, and then continue crunching hips and ribs in. Perhaps you're going to reach a bit lower, slide and lower with your left palm. Compensate and reach up with your right arm. Open and rotate and shoulders externally, connecting the scapulus in a flat position in the back. Breathe in, and then with the exhalation, both feet flat and firm on the ground. Keep crunching the ribs and hips in, so without feeling of breaking or stretching, like overwhelming your spinal section between pelvis and chest. Maybe slide a little deeper in. Now next, with the inhalation, bending the knee, reach warrior 2, rising up with the exhale, roll the hips in, ribs in, and open the left thigh wider. Now inhale and left palm goes up, right lays on the edge of the right. And with the exhalation, we go into press or lay the left palm on the back of the head. Breathing in again, aware of the volume in your lungs, right and left side. Now with exhalation, crunch the ribs and hips in, reach lower. Through this stabilization, just relax your right arm a little. Next, inhale and return into the warrior two. With exhalation, lifting the right heel, return to the aligned warrior one. Now breathing in, sliding the left palm towards the left shoulder and turning to your left. Then exhaling, bending the left knee and reaching deeper into through your left into your left palm, straightening both elbows, laying the left palm on the left hamstring, breathing in. Oh, sorry, no, I messed up. Excuse me. Let's return again to the warrior one. Sorry for this. Breathe in the aligned warrior. Of course, the right palm is going to slide till we reach the shoulder. This okay. Now we're going to reach the left hamstring. Felt suspicious because I feel like we did this exactly with this same leg. So where did I mess up? I think I turned us not in the wrong position. So sorry again. Let's drink some water. It's important that we do the opposite twist right now. So here we were in the, we were in the warrior two, and after we did all this thing, now we're returning to the warrior one. The right heel is in the air. We are twisting, and of course we're sliding the left, we're touching the left shoulder, but at the same time we are with our left leg in front of us, right? But I guess I messed up when I was like spinning, trying to demonstrate this as colorful as possible from every position. So we are reaching with the left arm, and then we're going to be standing on the right knee, and then the left palm reaches the right hamstring, reaching up first without pulling the shoulders, but relaxing them, breathing in, then exhale, and right palm goes on the back of the head, left foot slides forwards, and then we're just with the square hips, without any asymmetry there, we're just letting the hips go deeper. Hello, the left quad, bunch of muscles to fill here. Let's breathe in, both lungs. With exhalation, roll the hips, ribs in. Try to look a little deeper into the space, maybe seeing that left heel. Now returning forwards, reaching, and exhaling, stepping, like lifting and stepping the left leg forwards, and then grabbing the right knee, right leg of course, forwards, and right knee in our hands. Standing here straight, breathing in, and then with the exhale, right heel goes on the left knee. Yay! This is a big achievement. So finally everything, all the right and left sides were done, were included properly. And so again, up to you. If you'd like to bounce it out, just go up and down, you feel like, okay, I'm just hanging here. So the more tired we are, the less energy we want to spend on any struggle or like trying to resist what's happening. Right now we're just simply like, nature relax and into this shape. So once you got it, bouncing or not, right now let's just stop in the statics and either compensating with the arms or just leaning the elbows on the top of the shin. Just feel how the sitting bones are pulling you to the back, how actually your body is getting into the space between your thighs here. And then either just remaining here or touching the ground, and maybe with the sticky hands, this is really important, so like kind of grabbing the ground and then hanging with your shin bones to the back. Again, you have a right to just remain here, but if you want to, you can walk your hands to the left this time, and then start bending the left knee more, even lifting the heel. That's okay. If you want, you can try doing this sitting already on your left heel, like that, and just lay in palms, and make sure you're driving the elbows inwards, so they're not falling apart like, you know, the bulldog style. So once the sole of your right foot touched the elbow or anywhere on your right arm, we're just gonna say, okay, I'm trusting my palms to hold me, and I'm shifting. I'm just driving my crown higher, you know, on this intuitive straight line, wherever it leads me, but away from the left foot here. And then returning, sitting down, and here we're going to connect the feet together. First, leaning on the hands behind the pelvis, like this, and rotating the shoulders as we open in the hips here. Breathing in, maybe elevating the pelvis and a couple bouncing movements, closer to the heels, away, closer, away, and then once we found this most comfortable, just to decide, further away from the heels, closer to the heels, then we're transferring the hands on the feet. And it doesn't matter right now where the pelvis, where the feet are according to each other. Now we're playing with this external hip rotation, this opening, just doing this, playing with the feet opening like a book. And after we did this, focus on your sitting bones, perhaps, you know, slide side to side, right, left. Maybe even try drawing those circles, right side, left side, feel how it changes. There'll be moments when naturally thighs will be elevating, going down, so kind of work through this biomechanics. You'll feel where in the spaces where your hips are opening better, you'll understand more. So it's also a lot about my pelvic position, so it's much easier to open the thighs when you're rolling from the pubic bone more on the tailbone. So hopefully some clues like this have happened right now, and so just stay present, remain in somewhere in the golden middle where you feel like, okay, that's the most how my hips are open today. Let's stay here for 3 more breaths. If possible, just connecting with that area, with that section of the body, with the bottom ribs, right on the left side, and project them into the back. Same with the hips, project them into your back, into the sacrum, and a couple more breaths. Just be present in that area without trying to force anything. Just see how your breath simply activates some changes in the shape that your body is right now, just simply through this biomechanical movement. When inhalation happens and your ribs are moving, space is extending. Okay, and out of this position, let's pull and lay the left foot towards the right hip, the right foot towards the left into Gomukhasana. Now inhaling, rotating shoulders externally, palms lay behind the head. Exhaling, crunching the ribs, hips in, so kind of shortening this distance between rib cage and the pelvis. Just fold forwards, and either just remain with your hands pulling your head lower down, elbows maybe touching the ground, maybe not, but working as additional weights to open and stretch, help this tissue connect in your skull and rib cage through your neck, stretch, or just lay your hands on the floor and rest. If possible, keep connecting, keep sensing the section of your body, that square, that projection of your bottom ribs into your back, your hips into your back. And just see what happens to that area, what happens to your hips when you breathe like that. Keep relaxing, and one more breath. If you'd like to, you could also lay your palms on your sacrum, connecting them into simple grip. Left palm grabbing the right wrist, or just simply connecting fingers, and then inhaling with the elbows bent. Roll the shoulders away from your head, straighten the elbows, and then as additional weight here, just let your arms fall behind the head towards the floor. Keep relaxing the neck, keep relaxing the head. If you're here, just breathe one more time. Into that projection of your bottom ribs and hips, and exhale and relaxing, and then splitting your hands, pressing up and switching sides. Now the right foot goes towards the left hip, left knee on the top, sitting straight, inhaling, rotating the shoulders, laying palms behind the head, exhaling, crunching the ribs and hips in, and then folding down. Using palms as additional weight to kind of pull the skin from the back of your neck and head. And maybe laying the elbows, maybe laying the hands, or just letting them perform that additional stretch. And breathe. One more. And if you'd like to, you can lay your palms on the sacrum, and this time the right palm grabs the left wrist, or just simple palm grip if you remember which thumb was on the top. Now just switch to the different, and then rotating, shoulders away from the ears, breathing in, exhaling, straightening the elbows while you relax completely in your neck. Just let your head fall deeper, lower, down, and then just pull your wrists away from the head towards the floor. One more breath. Into that projection, into your back, projection of your bottom ribs and hips. Now split the wrists, the palms, breathing in, press up. Now straighten both legs forwards. It's up to you, you can connect your feet or split them a little apart. Inhale and rotate the shoulders. Externally rising up with exhalation. Touch the soles of your feet. Maybe even stimulate with your index fingers that gap at K1 point, the neurological spot. And then inhaling, not forcing anything too much, just let the breath choose the depth of this lengthening, how tall you are right now, how I would say aligned you are right now. And then with the exhalation, just let the body weight push your heels away, your legs straighten as much as deep as they can straighten. Don't force anything again, and let yourself fall down. And again, allow your breath, your inhalation, just discover that length of your spine. Let it push, let the pressure send this wave from your tailbone into your crown. Rising up, and then with exhalation, allow yourself to fall deeper, just kind of through your body, getting flatter, that volume leaving your body, your belly, your chest, your face falling down on the top of your legs. And one more breath. Let your breath just naturally, softly do that lengthening, extension for you, and then let exhale do this relaxing part of the cycle for you. Right now, either stay here if you like, you can lay your palms on the sacrum, and again, creating the simple grip, or palm grabbing the wrist, breathing in, rotating shoulders externally against your head, and then exhaling, letting this leader of arms fall behind your head. One more breath. If anything shakes, just let it shake. If anything is willing to relax, just give that permission. And with a common inhale, split your hands, rise up, and with exhalation, supporting your hips, spine by spine, press the lowest part of your spine to the floor, then the chest. Lay your head, perhaps pulling it a little above, lengthening, stretching the neck, and then relax. Just laying your arms and legs on the floor, closing eyes. And just kind of taste or test your first couple breaths through the feeling of depth in your rib cage. And feel where else does this pressure from your lungs travel in your body. Do you feel how it integrates with your abdominal cavity right now? Does it go towards your feet? Do you feel any reflection of inhalation in your pelvic floor? Do you feel the rising pressure from your solar plexus into your skull? Now let all your body be present in your breathing for 360. Like with every inhale from the center of your body towards every edge goes the wave, extending it with no boundaries, with no resistance. Like your breath goes through each cell in your body, energizing it, buffing it with oxygen, all the nutrients, resting it, rejuvenating it. Imagine every cell of your organs, every cell in your skin, delivering everything what it needs, removing away the toxins, making you young and strong, reducing all unnecessary stress, and shaping your reality in the most positive way. Thanking you so much. Thank you a lot for your presence. It truly matters. I'll let you rest. I'll leave you with this Shavasana, as long or